What's happening, my people, my people? Quote for the day, directly out of the Tao Te Ching. The title of this quote, or rather text, is Language in Contrasts. When all the social world regards beauty as beauty, here already is ugly. If all treat mastery as being good at things, here already is not being good at things. Thus, presence and absence mutually sprout. Hard and easy mutually inform. Long and short are mutually gauged. High and low mutually incline. Sound and tone mutually blend. Before and after mutually follow on. Using this, sages don't act on constructs in addressing affairs. They practice a don't use language teaching. 10,000 natural kinds are made by it, yet don't express anything. Sprouting, you don't treat them as existing. Acting on constructs, you don't rely on anything. Success taking form, you do not dwell on it. In general, they simply don't dwell on it, and in that, they don't lose it. A powerful text, in my opinion, something that really spoke to me as I had been spending years learning about it, but hearing it directly from the source was an extremely powerful thing for me. Now, this quote, in short, it kind of speaks on the irony of the Tao, the contrast of one title reflecting its opposite. How the woman wishing to be beautiful is parallel with wishing to be ugly. Presence and absence mutually sprout, as the text states. This, in my Western upbringing, being a deeper explanation for the objectivity of beauty. The great sages never define nor title those that fall under the divine umbrella that we think of as the Tao. They could never be so simply or articulately explained. And by seeking, we at the very same time acknowledge that we are sorely lacking. At the center of this overthinking, and I believe the solution to be realignment with oneself. This is to simplify our thinking. When we are thinking, we aren't present, and we're not here. This concept can be tied or matched with so many different subjects. Plastic surgery addiction, constant lust or need for success, weight loss or dieting, and even or especially drug addiction. In this instance, I can only use anecdotal subjects I find to be similar to describe why, from both the outside looking in and having personal experience myself, it is the mindset of the people using these methods that of course need to change. And that doesn't mean a person shouldn't use them for things like health or a singular goal. Rather, getting swept up in the insatiable nature of a human being seeking more. I've struggled with pacing my desires and attachments my entire life. And being that we live in a capitalist, commodified shopping mall that in some way or another turns even the most disciplined adult into a child grabbing a candy bar in the line at the grocery store. Who can really blame us? Only in this instant, our mom or dad isn't there to slap our hand and guide us away from the said candy bar. And sometimes I feel the need to rant or go on tangents about these issues, but in this instance, it's really honestly just irrelevant. And so, how do we move away from this form of thinking? And I can only give you my own option, or my own opinion, as the Tao Te Ching, like the Bible, is of very mysterious origin and from a time period that makes it difficult to apply in a simple manner that specifies the issue you or whoever is dealing with. But what I have learned is that there is no need for specificity, and that anything outside of the present moment is equal to that of a dream or a story in our minds. This specific issue is solved by removing the external influence and the merit it holds over our thoughts. To truly understand that, if we all stand in an equal or even playing field, what is it that makes anyone more valid than anyone else? The finger doesn't believe itself to be more important than the toe simply because it's closer to the brain that decides movement. This nirvana, in my opinion, can only be achieved through knowing oneself, and as odd as that may sound, I promise that the mass majority of us identify with external perceptions far more than internal ones. This is why the title or labeling of us as people is extremely limiting. That's my thoughts. This is our quote for the day. This is our text for the day, rather. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Any questions, feel free to message me. I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed, and centered day.